Welcome, listeners. Hello.
God damn it.
You're listening to the Weekly InSalt. I'm
Like,
CD.
at what point do we just start over?
No. This is dynamic, bro. It's almost like I'm purposely trying to fuck up every time. By the way, my biggest critic over here, that's Wade. How are you?
Good, man. I'm doing okay. You fucking suck at this. I don't know why we have a show. You're fired after next week.
Okay. And then also joined by Ches. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm good. Our lovely fact checker. And then also Kurt, sound engineer. What's up, my brother?
What up, Kurt?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks.
How was your weekend?
It was all right.
How was all y'all's weekend?
I don't know. You between Kurt and Ches right now, I'm getting like weird fucking energy vibes, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'm a little on edge right now, so.
I mean, I do have to tell you what I challenged you to on the food thing, but I'm going to make you wait till the end of the podcast.
Fuck you.
I'm just kidding. I won't.
I told Wade earlier if he made me wait, I was going to come across the table with the trophy and beat him across the head with it.
Yeah. I think that would be appropriate, although that would mean that you're literally beating me with my own money.
Ooh.
Which is fine.
Sass.
We also should see if we can drink out of the top of that trophy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it hasn't been done already.
Do you think we can, Kurt, or do you think we really need epoxy? Because there's a screw
I
in the
think
bottom.
we talked about this, but yeah, we got to seal that thing up at the bottom.
Do you think if I poured a beer in that thing right now, it would leak?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You really think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pour beer in it.
Dude, okay. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Can I drink out of it even though I'm not the champion?
I mean, no, Ches can.
I guess, Ches, do you want a beer?
What do we got here?
We should like it's the first time he's...
We should also lay down a towel just in case it does leak.
Yeah, if it leaks, it's fine. I mean... Do you think I don't think it will.
It's going to fucking
It
leak.
might. But
I mean,
we'll
it's
figure
not
that
like
out.
a lot. It's not going to be like the Titanic, for fuck's sake. It's just going to leak.
Do you think we should let CD drink out of it? Like,
No. He's the champion.
No, I get first.
Yeah, I don't think that... Yeah. I mean, to this day, you still haven't won a cooking competition, so...
I know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Thanks for rubbing that in my face.
I haven't either.
Let's give this a try. Try, CD. Let's grab that trophy.
If you guys don't know, this is a trophy that we got for our like quarterly, I guess we could call it, cooking competition. Kurt and I went and bought this together, and we decided to make it ridiculously large. Like you don't get this when you play Little League. You know, this is a dumb big trophy.
Oh, it's holding.
I knew it wasn't.
Oh no, we got a little leaky.
Is it? Oh yeah.
You better start drinking, son.
Drink it over the carpet.
I told you.
Damn, I thought it would seal better than that.
Dude, that is fucking gold, man. That is going on the website right there.
Yeah, we'll put that on social media.
And I guess I'll wait, or I wanted to wait.
So you're
Yeah, I rubbed my balls all over that.
you just drank Kurt's ball sweat.
Dude, you literally have the look on your face like
What happened? I mean, you didn't even wipe it out. There could have been dust in there or whatever.
Yeah, that was not pleasant.
Why? What did it taste like?
Balls.
So
That made this delicious beer horrible.
You're right though. It leaked way more than I thought, but it seemed like it would. For as much as we paid for that, we should have told her we needed to be liquid tight.
We should have, but
Yeah.
I guess we didn't.
I mean, hindsight's 2020.
That's what you get for going to Joe's Trophies.
No, we went to a very reputable trophy place that's next to Cheers Midvale on State Street. We've been there forever, man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Maggie's.
Yeah, but I think she was caught off guard because we didn't. We ordered one trophy, which I don't think they get usually. I think it's like Little League coaches and stuff going there. And they're like, I want to get, like 14 trophies.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want one big one because we're doing a food competition. And she's like, okay. Did you think it was kind of weird? Because she kind of was like, you're ordering one trophy?
No, I bet they get that all the time.
You think they do?
Yeah.
She seemed like she didn't. But there were way more trophy options than I thought. There's like, well, do you want the angel on the top of it? And I was like, no, I want a trophy cup. But the ones that she was showing had a lid on them. And I was like, we don't want a lid. Because we want to be able to drink out of it.
I'm drinking when I win the competition.
You won't.
Whenever that might be. Fucking 2027 or whatever. I'm drinking. I'm filling that thing full of Fireball.
So we need to work on that. The trophy needs to be watertight.
Yeah, we'll have it sealed for the next competition.
We could probably just put epoxy in the top of it, and we'd be good.
Do epoxy or maybe some, I don't know, silicone.
You guys ever seen the motherfuckers do shoeies before?
Oh, yeah.
Is that like Das Boot Beer Festival or whatever?
No. A lot worse than that.
What's a shoey?
Do you know who Tai Tuivasa is?
No.
I think I might even be getting that name wrong, but he's a Polynesian MMA fighter, heavyweight, and he's kind of on the up and up right now. Good fighter, and after every fight that he wins, which has been like the last 3 or 4, he takes a Happy Dad seltzer, pours it into a stranger's shoe or his coach's shoe, whatever,
so
and then
drinking out of his shoe.
He drinks drugs. He chugs, and that's what I was trying to say, a whole beer out of his shoe.
This is why I like CD, because he spends like 10 minutes telling you that somebody's just drinking out of a shoe. But we had to know it was Happy Dad seltzer.
Yeah.
You know, and we had to.
Well, he's an official sponsor for Happy Dad seltzer.
Okay, well,
so, yeah.
just quit mentioning them on our show. They don't sponsor this shit.
Well, they can't even, dude. Good luck even trying to find it. You have to live in California or Florida to buy that shit.
But no, I have never drank out of a shoe.
And I think he's from Australia, so
It is. It's an Aussie thing.
I think it's an Aussie thing. Yeah, you don't.
Well,
have
I've
to be
seen
in
like at frat parties and shit, you see people drinking out of shoes, but usually because you lost a bet or something. You know, it's not.
Yeah, it's a winter thing in Australia.
Oh, okay.
There's an Australian Formula One driver. Every time he wins, he
drinks out of his shoe.
He drinks out of his driving shoe.
I respect that. I'm just saying I haven't.
Yeah, I'm 41 years old. I think I've grown out of my shoey phase.
I bet I could get you to drink out of a shoe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we could definitely get you to drink out of a shoe.
Oh, dude.
You want to drink out of a shoe right now?
No,
Okay.
I'm not that drunk, but yeah.
I didn't say you had to be drunk.
I don't think I can do it sober.
Okay, fair.
Maybe.
Dude, there's a lot of stuff that happened this week, man.
I know, but are you really going to wait till the end of the episode to...
I'm definitely not going to do it now. Okay, is that what we want to do now?
I don't know. It's just I can feel the tension coming off his chest right now. He's
okay, all right.
He's literally emitting heat.
All right.
This guy's his middle name is Ches Gamma Ray Fink.
So I kind of felt like I was put on the spot, right? Because you guys have done the food challenge. I've helped produce the events between you guys, and now I basically have no choice. I have to challenge you, right? There's nobody else that can. We've established that I will.
Well, we gave you right of first refusal.
That's true. You did, and I don't think it's fair if I say I'm not going to challenge you. Like, you guys have all done it.
Yeah, you'd be a woog. And
I think I
fucking light you up.
partially came up with this idea, so I might as well. I have to put my skin in the game. That's the way it works.
Don't put the skin in. What do you mean the skin? I don't want to eat your
the
skin.
foreskin. I challenged him to battle foreskin.
The foreskin that's in the fucking cup that.
That's called ball skin.
Ball skin, foreskin, yeah, whatever.
Okay, so I thought I was making a list, right? I'm making a list of all these things, and Kurt knows. I was like, oh, dude, what if we did like a Navajo taco battle? Because who makes that? You know, you have to make your own fry bread. And I came up with all these things, but nothing really felt right. And Laura, I have to credit her. She said, what if you challenge them to a recipe that like means something to you? And I was like, oh, that's actually a really good idea. So I challenge you to chicken teriyaki rice bowl.
Okay.
And here's the reason.
What?
Let me explain why. And do you accept the challenge?
I'm not a fan of teriyaki, but I'll accept it.
Okay.
Really?
Well,
You're not
I mean,
a
it's
fan
up
of
to you.
teriyaki?
You're the champion.
Yeah.
You can refuse my challenge. I can come up with something.
I'll
else.
take it, but I'm just gonna put it out there now. I'm not a big fan of teriyaki sauce.
Why don't you like teriyaki sauce?
I don't know. I've just never been a fan of teriyaki.
So you don't like salt and sugar mixed together. But the reason I challenge you to this is because my mom has made this for me growing up, and it's a recipe that my grandpa used when she was growing up.
Yeah, don't you have like some like family
my mom gave
secret?
Yeah, there's a secret recipe for it. It's not like, well, I wouldn't say it's like a dish that you would eat and if I served it to a random person and be like, this is chicken teriyaki, the best possible chicken teriyaki. It's not. But if I lose, I still had a chance to refine a family recipe that I really enjoy, and I don't think that you would cook that, and I don't cook it that often. I just have like a base recipe to work off of, but I think everybody does for chicken teriyaki, right?
There's a lot of things you can do with that. And Ches, you said you're not a big fan of teriyaki, but this might be your opportunity to make a teriyaki sauce.
See, and I already think that Ches is going to smoke the chicken. He's going to, like, your big green egg is going to whoop my ass, I kind of feel like, but...
Bullshit.
And I held true to my word. I told all the listeners last week that I was going to tell you what it was this week, and I haven't practiced. I haven't started. So now, as of today, I'm probably going to practice this week. But what do you think? What do you think about that?
I think it's gonna be a great time.
Do you think it's underwhelming? What did you think I was going to challenge you to?
I don't know. I kind of was thinking maybe you'd go somewhere along, like you mentioned, like the Navajo taco or.
Do you think I should have done Navajo tacos, Kurt? Or do you
No.
you think this is a good challenge?
Yeah, I think it's a great challenge.
I'm sorry you have to produce this, so you have to work with CD, which I know is not the most pleasant thing to do.
CD's got some training to learn here in the next till we're ready to go.
Yeah, and to the listener, if you don't know what that means, I have a giant burn on my hand.
Well, I mean training to help run the equipment.
Oh shit! Yeah. I no idea how to Alt Control Delete. Boom. I don't know what the or Control Alt
Obviously,
Delete.
Lara will be here to help, and I'm sure Larry will make an appearance if he can. He's a busy guy. And there it is. That's out to the world now.
Also, let's just throw it out there too. This challenge is open now officially. That everyone's after this challenge. Everyone will have officially participated. So maybe we should send out throw it out there to the universe that one of our listeners or fellow podcasts that could also challenge.
Well, we did have the call out on the funeral potatoes from This Is the Place.
We did have that. I think I would even make a separate event out of that. This Is the Place podcast is here.
Yeah.
If you live in Utah, in Salt Lake, you know what funeral potatoes are. They're just a cheesy potato dish
like
with cornflakes on top.
Basically, potatoes au gratin.
Yeah, basically. But I think that would be a cool separate challenge, just because if you live in Utah, everybody's got a fucking funeral potato recipe.
Yeah. Also, call out. Maybe this might be a good opportunity to let anyone know if you'd like to be a part of the challenge and if you want to be a judge. Let's get some of you motherfuckers to judge this. What did you say? Chicken teriyaki rice bowl?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So if you want to be a judge, hit us up at contact at the salt or what is it? Contact at
theweeklyInSalt.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's our email. In case you guys didn't know. Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what even emails are, but all right.
Yeah. So there
I'm
it is.
excited, dude.
I'm fucking.
No matter what,
I don't want to do all this work.
All four of us, we all enjoy cooking, and obviously, I think there's going to be something good coming from both of you guys. So
I know at some point during my lifetime, when we do these food challenges, that Kurt is going to challenge me to something like beef Wellington or risotto or filet mignon. I'm looking forward to that, and I almost wanted to beef. Oh
yeah.
God!
Oh shit, beef or lard, man.
I'm gonna challenge CD just to a bechamel. Who can make the best bechamel?
Okay, that's the podcast. Everyone signing out. We're talking about bechamel. Jesus,
we're gonna have a mother sauce competition.
Oh Jesus!
I automatically knew. I was like deja vu. Like I've had this conversation before. I already knew Ches was gonna say mother sauce.
Yeah.
The fucking take your mother sauce and get the hell out of here.
Speaking of cooking and ingredients, we went to the farmer's market today.
Yeah, dude.
I was a little underwhelmed, to be honest.
I could tell.
There was a lot of hippies there, and like I get it, it's fresh produce. I understand the concept of a farmer's market, but it kind of reminds me of the fair, which we also went to. But it's like you have to pick and choose what you're gonna buy. You know.
Yeah, you don't have to pick and choose. Like I wanted to get some shishito peppers or whatever, and you can go to this guy, or you can go to this girl, or you can go to this them.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's multiple people that had shishito peppers, but some of them were like $4 for these tiny ones, and then I think the best deal you already bought, which was 10 for $1.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the best.
You are right though, as far as like if you're not the farmer. For me, it's just part of my Sunday routine. I like to get up. I like to go 9 o'clock. I go park at the Crackhead Motel. Roscoe always poops in the same spot. It's just kind of a routine, and you do see a lot of the same shit. It's kind of nice. Certain times of year you see different things, melons, corns, tomatoes, whatever come into season. But yeah, I can see why it's a little on there. I
did buy one thing though at the farmer's market, and it's this guy. His name's Z's Hot Sauce. I got Bloody Mary mix from him, and I don't know if have you tried it before.
I have tried it before. Ches bought some for our last camping trip that we went on.
Oh, so you bought some from the same dude at the farmer's market?
Yes.
What did you think?
I got the roasted, and I wasn't a big fan of it.
I got the roasted, and I was a huge fan. I'm like, this is way better than like Yin Yang from Harmon's or something. I don't know. I thought it was good. But I also have to admit, I added celery salt, Worcestershire sauce, and some pepper.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's good. I think the roasted flavor came through. But it was interesting, though, Ches. I think the reason why you didn't like it is because it's sweet, but I didn't really taste the sweet in that batch. I don't know. Everything's different.
Yeah, it is. I definitely appreciate now the dog vendors there, because like it was really cool to see Roscoe knows your dog Roscoe. He saw that you're walking up to the place that makes like the dog sundae and the dog beer and all that stuff, and he's like, oh, I know where we're at.
Yeah.
And then you go to the lady that has like the, what are they called, bully sticks?
Yeah, cow dicks. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, and he was
I just call them cow dicks.
I mean, they might be. I don't know what they are.
bully stick? Are you kidding me? It's a cow dick.
I didn't know that.
You don't think that long, skinny little fucking thing?
No, it just looks like rawhide. It's not a cow dick.
It's definitely a cow dick.
Is it cow dick? Say it in the microphone.
What do you...
It's a fucking rawhide.
Yeah, it's not cow dick. Just because it's in the shape of a penis doesn't mean things are a penis.
There are definitely things that are rawhide, whatever the fuck rawhide is. What
Cow skin.
cow skin? You think all them shits are cow?
Not all of them. No,
that
I didn't
long
say that.
bone looking.
No, that's an actual bone.
It's a cow boner, dude. That's how I know my dog's gay. He's sucking on dicks.
Wait a second. Now we're getting into a whole different element of. Wait, your dog's gay?
Yeah, he licks other dogs' penises all the time.
Dogs say hi by smelling each other's asses. Does that make them gay?
Yeah, put them on. I don't know. There's like Pornhub categories for that. I don't know.
Gay dogs. Jesus.
Okay, a bully stick is beef muscle.
Okay, it's muscle. So, okay, that's a very general description that I don't think does it justice. You should keep searching. I thought you were supposed to be the fact checker. You're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, so is filet mignon. So is a ribeye.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. My penis is a muscle.
Yeah, it's not very strong, but
Here's
it's
another
there.
one. Bully sticks are made from beef or steer penis, which has been stretched and twisted before being dried.
Thank you, Ches. For
There you
one
go,
time,
see?
I do get it right.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Well, I didn't know a bully stick was beef penis that's been stretched.
Yeah.
And I guess technically that is a muscle, so.
And you're not wrong. Yeah. Okay. I've learned something today. I hope you guys have all learned the same useless shit that I just learned.
We should call this a useless shit podcast.
It kind of is.
People listen to us talk about food competitions and cow dicks.
Yeah, I know. You think every episode we have is boring, though. You're like,
I don't think
think anybody wants
I love
to
you
listen
guys.
to this, man.
I look forward to this every Sunday.
No, you don't.
No, I seriously do.
Do you think he does, Kurt?
No.
Well, maybe not you, Kurt. Just kidding. I love you, brother. Yeah. So also the Utes kicked some motherfucking ass last night.
Yeah, I heard.
That's good to see your favorite team do well.
BYU lost. You guys were talking about that right before we started.
Well, fuck
Yes.
BYU. Of course, that's what we're talking about.
yeah.
Dude, I haven't seen Ches for a couple of days. We're talking about how much we hate BYU.
I'm not going to say I hate BYU, but I'm going to say I did want to see them lose, but only because they were higher ranked than Utah. And I always want to see the higher ranked teams in Utah lose.
That's
so
fair.
It doesn't matter who it is.
Even Utah, you're like, man, they're number one. I wish they lose.
Well,
Okay. So there is a line to it.
yeah. I mean, if Utah's number one, obviously
Okay.
there's no team higher, so obviously Utah still wants to win.
Yeah. Okay.
And I went to the game last night. I didn't realize how old I am when games start at 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, whew, it's bedtime almost.
Yeah.
But it's always fun, going up to, see the tailgate and
Yeah.
all the co-eds, I know it sounds kind of pervy, whatever, but, all the little college kids, wearing their skimpy clothes and drinking their Octobong beer bongs and smoking their vapes.
Speaking of the co-eds and the skimpy clothes,
Speaking of Pornhub categories.
did you see where from the first home game the two girls got just showed up wearing just body paint?
Dude, someone was talking about that yesterday.
I haven't heard
And it's
anything
like,
about this.
How did I miss this? Why do I always miss the fucking wonderful nudity?
So yeah, two women showed up to the first home game wearing nothing but like body paint.
I'm
painted
sure
to
they
look
had
like a
pasties
t-shirt
on and like some underwear,
Well, at least from the waist up, was just body paint.
I feel like guys are like overly obsessed with women in body paint sometimes. You know what I mean?
And they got asked to cover up, which they did, and that was pretty much the end
so
of
they
it.
did get asked to cover up.
Yes.
Then. I
Wait,
mean,
did they go into the game?
Yes, they got into the security, let them in, and then somebody complained once they were in, and then they were asked to cover up.
somebody complained about body art.
Yes.
Okay,
I mean,
that's why we can't have nice things, man.
dude, I'm a part. I get a weekly email from freethenipple.com, so I don't have a problem with it at all. But I did hear, did they get some kind of like violation, or did they get suspended or something from school?
I don't think so. I think they were just asked to cover up.
So yesterday there was something similar, and there was girls walking around with their titties popped out all over the place, and I missed all of them. But apparently everyone's like, why is everyone titties popping out? Maybe they're protesting.
Probably.
Where, the game?
Yeah, no, the tailgate.
At the tailgate? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's just normal tailgate culture. I don't know.
Because there was talk that Utah was going to ban everybody from being shirtless at the games.
Oh, okay. So
Even guys?
Maybe
Yes.
it was then.
Huh. That's...
Yeah, nobody wants to see you shirtless, dude. Just like nobody wants to see me shirtless.
Dude, so you and I had a conversation about this. The power of the beard and the dad bod, man. It's a real thing.
There is a real thing there.
That's why I'm trying to grow out my beard. I've always been able to, well, not always, but, I've got the goatee mustache. But this part of the beard, and to the listener, I'm pointing to, like, the part that goes on the cheeks.
Cheekbone.
Dude, Wade, you have a glorious beard,
Thank you, man.
And whether it's guys or girls, like, we were at the farmer's market, and there was even, like, guys like, dude, your beard is glorious.
Yeah, he knew you, and he met me for the first time. He's like, you got a glorious beard, man.
So your beard's awesome. Like, and I have the same thing. I don't have the beard, but I have the calves. I mean, you have the calves.
I got the calves too. But yeah,
like people are like, God damn, dude, your calves are like something else. I'm like, haven't done a single thing my whole life. Never done a fucking squat. I mean, I did when I was in high school, but.
No, to add the context, I was telling the CD that, like, when I broke up with my girlfriend, like, years ago, I kind of went into this mood where I was like, I don't care. I don't need anybody. You just don't really worry about cutting your hair or looking good or anything like that. But then I got talked into, partly by Kurt, honestly, to grow my beard out. And now that I have the beard, it gets like, sometimes it gets annoying. Like I was at the Reverend Horton Heat concert last night, and people were like, damn, dude, your beard is... And I'm like, okay, like,
thanks.
Cool. Like, I appreciate it, but at the same time, I don't really need, like, to tell you my routine, like how I take care of my beard and what I do. But yeah,
no, there's just some things.
The attention changed.
No, it's like a feat. It's like the blue ribbon award-winning sunflower at the fair. Like, just people want to, like, oh, that's a great looking.
Yeah. Could you imagine me being in with the sheep, but my beard has the
goat.
ribbon?
I think goat would be the more appropriate.
Greatest of all time.
Pardon me.
Speaking of the fair, man, there's been something going around about the fair, and we heard. What was the craziest thing that we heard about the fair?
The prices are pretty expensive.
Yeah, like I think I heard a rumor that the corn dog was $18. I'm like, if it really is, I would love to go get a picture of that on a menu somewhere, because I don't know who would pay $18 for a corn dog.
I mean, depends on what's coming on that for $18.
I mean, there's some people that have a hard time paying $18 for a steak.
Which is like, so I paid $12 for poutine, which I'm sure that Colin is losing his shit right now. Colin from Canada, shout out.
You got to say poutine, not poutine.
No, I paid for I paid $12 for Putin. Oh wait, I mean poutine. And then what Ches got though, like, blew my mind, and we'll put a picture of it on social media. It was a giant basket of curly fries.
It was literally a full basket.
Like, it was still in the shape of the fry basket. Like,
oh shit,
it was crazy. And then
that's a big ass fucking.
I took a picture of it, and he was like, do you want a picture of it after? And I was like, well, I just want to see the fries, and then you put your toppings on it, or another guy did.
Yeah.
And you got pulled pork, and there's some pickled jalapenos, I think, on top of it.
Yeah, so it had, then it was topped with pulled pork and barbecue sauce, and
yeah.
put jalapenos on it. And
should we just plug this in and see if it plays?
Dude, speaking of dad bods, I can appreciate having a good.
You don't know how to run this though, do you?
But at what point does anyone think that it is humanly possible? Or, I mean, maybe you did. Did you eat the entire basket?
Oh, fuck no.
How? Why are you wasting that much food? I mean, is it just a gimmick? I mean, who?
That is probably something, people get it and share it.
Plug it into that mic cable.
That makes sense.
Is that this one?
The other one.
Oh, that one over there. I'd just rather take the one out of his laptop, honestly.
Can we plug it in?
Yeah, there's
okay.
There's a headphone jack.
Okay.
Yeah, so we reported on scene from the fair.
Oh, what? Are you guys? Oh, you guys got one of those Hunter S. Thompson recorders.
Yeah, that kind of is. It's a little bit slow, though.
Did you guys do any mushrooms? That would have been pretty fun. Huh?
I mean, we saw some mushrooms, but they're not edible. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I feel like I personally disappointed Kurt a little bit because I didn't want to go on the Gravitron. What the fuck was that?
Are you playing something?
No.
Well, yeah, I do, man.
Maybe it plays. No, nothing's playing.
This is where the
maybe this
technical difficulties.
Yeah, no, we didn't rehearse this.
It's picking up. It's looping.
It shouldn't be doing anything.
No, it was picking up microphone.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah.
So Ches, to the listener, what's going on right now? Ches bought a voice recorder and I think we're gonna take this when we're camping.
We're going to take it everywhere with us.
Yeah.
Anywhere we're going as a podcast thing. So it's basically well, I'm getting a weird echo here.
Yeah, there is a weird. This thing is
coming
fucking
from
weird.
that.
Yeah, this is weird.
But honestly, you have those moments when you're like,
Figure that out on our own.
you should.
I've got an SD slot here. We can just put the.
Okay.
We'll figure it out on break. But there's sometimes you have those moments. Or I mean, if you can figure it out now, but
No.
sometimes you have those moments where you just had to be there. You try to tell a story and it just doesn't come out quite right. That's where the voice recorder comes in.
Yeah, and I had a plan to interview people at the fair, but unfortunately, CD has a PTSD from the fair or something,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
wouldn't come with. And you usually give me the confidence to be like, dude, that's easy, just walk up to people. But in the moment, somebody eating their shitty ass fair food, feeling like a fat ass, I can't walk up and be like, you want to answer some questions about a podcast? I don't know, maybe I can.
Don't bother the person eating, but you might want to go interview the bearded lady or something, for Christ's sake.
Didn't even see the bearded lady. There's nothing there. I didn't even see the giant alligator.
Yeah, we did. Wade did talk to the guy with the hang for 100 seconds, win $100.
Yeah, I did talk to that guy, and I was impressed because the only question I had, we've watched a couple people try, and we were making bets, kind of friendly bets on whether or not how long they'd hang for, or if they'd win. But I asked him, I said, how many people played today? He's like, oh, I think about 100. Like, how many people won today? And he's like, 2. And we just had Randy on, talking about being at the fair and the hustle of the fair games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm really curious. But of course that's maybe part of the fun, right? Is thinking you can do it. And there was a guy there that did you had to stand a Corona bottle up on, just stand a Corona bottle up, but you had to you had to use a fishing line with a ring on it, and then you had to wrap the ring around that and then stand the bottle up. And the dude he's done it a million times, so he shows you hey, look how easy it is, and then you're like, yeah, I'll pay for that.
Sold a soul to the devil and showed you the dark arts.
You've never done it before.
Some black magic.
Yeah, it's a hustle. I kind of feel like the Gravitron was the most fairly priced item at the fair because it was $1 a ticket still. And it was $5 to get on the ride. So $5. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, but we didn't do it because you pussed out.
I didn't puss out. I just didn't want to do it. I said I'd wait for you.
You wooged out. That's a woog thing, dude.
I mean, you weren't even at the fair, so you go fuck yourself.
Well, I'm a hustler, and that's the reason why I don't go to the fairs,
That's
because
bullshit.
I don't want to get hustled. Hustler
do you
doesn't
know-
like to get hustled.
You know what CD is a professional at? Making excuses.
I mean, I could have just said oh, well, I have a date, or my
You know what he's not a professional at?
my friend's
Lying.
grandma died.
Yeah.
I could have made up some shitty excuse. No, I just told you I fucking hate the fair. I don't want to go.
Well, unfortunately, we're entertainers in the Salt Lake Valley. Sometimes we need to report on those things, man.
Yeah. Let's go to something a little more entertaining than.
Okay, we're gonna go to Oktoberfest. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, let's go. We can go.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to see fucking. No offense, Jez, but fat fucks eating baskets of fries. Shit.
I will tell you, the food was good. And the prices were not as high as everybody was making it out to be. Somebody said $18 corn dog, not true.
Also, the
$90 on beer, no, that wasn't true.
that's what I kind of the $25 a beer, $20 a beer. That
It was
kind of
$11 draft, $12 tall can, which is venue prices.
There's parts of my week where I like to have some, continuous levels of intoxication,
Mm-hmm.
and $20 beers just don't cut it.
But going to the concert last night, I will say that the fair prices were slightly inflated because at the complex, a tall can of Budweiser was $8.
Yeah, that's not bad. I pay $8 for a beer.
So $4 more at the fair. I mean, what's the fair making their money off of? Not entrance fees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
$12 to get in. That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. But yeah, the $12 beers will fucking get you every time.
Every time.
Plus, they need to have liquor.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think sorry, there were so many folders on this. I think I finally found an audio file here for the.
All right. Well, we're almost to break, so we can hit that after.
Okay.
What's an audio file? Is that related
It's different than what you are, which is a pedophile.
Oh, man, you took my damn joke.
Yeah. We actually, our guest today, which we didn't introduce yet, is Chris Hansen.
Oh, dude, you hear they're calling kind of weird. It just this fucking whole woke culture bullshit pisses me off. They're calling pedophiles
Minor attracted person or
Yes,
something.
Matt.
That's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Minor attracted.
Like, if
people.
anybody is offended by the word pedophile, then you probably are one.
No, I think pedophiles should be taken out to the street and publicly executed.
Yeah. Well,
So you want to
easy
fucking
Muslim CD?
So you want to like come up with
that was
some like
that was actually really insensitive. There's a joke.
some politically correct name for absolute monsters. I mean, ugh. Anyway,
Yeah.
getting too heavy. Let's go take a Salt Flats break. Go to your refrigerator now. Right now. Sound like Chuck Norris had a stroke there for a second. Go to your refrigerator now and pull out a nice cold Salt Flats. That's what I do every time this podcast comes on. Nice frosty beverage. Makes you feel good, especially when it's coming from Salt Flats. They supported this podcast for a very long time, and they've supported this community, and so we hope you guys support them. They're located at 2020 West Industrial Circle. But of course, you don't have to make the drive out to West Valley to go get your favorite delicious frosty beverage. You can go to the liquor store. You can go to a lot of your favorite restaurants and bars are serving Salt Flats. And then, of course, go to the grocery store. As always, I'm sipping. Well, not always. I mean, I like all of the Salt Flats hooch, man. Sometimes you're in the mood for something light.
Yeah, sometimes. I'd agree.
You change your mind all the time, Wade.
Yeah, I do.
We're drinking Berliner Weiss right now.
Yeah, it's really good. I love sour beer.
Yeah. You there's just something for everybody. If you want an IPA, a Hefeweizen, like a Pilsner, if you want to drink some fucking tequila Sunrise or a Long Island, grab one of those. Award-winning spirits like the 622 vodka, or whiskey or rum, gin. Dude, I made some Negronis the other day with some Salt Flats gin, and they were fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And to the listener, Negroni is just a fancy word for what do you call it? What am I? Hipster cocktail or whatever?
No, Negroni is an actual historical cocktail that's got a lot of bitters in it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
So anyway, something for everybody, and we hope you guys try them out if you haven't already. If you haven't, get to the liquor store, get to the brewery, go inside and smell the smells.
Say, especially going to Tuesday.
Yeah,
After 3.
Yeah, Tuesday they have their Firkin Tuesday, which is just a fancy word for just kind of like a small batch beer that they make, trying to experiment, trying to find something new. What's going to be the new thing they're going to pop out on the tap? So check them out, Salt Flats. We love you. We hope you guys try them out. That's it. That's the end.
The podcast is over now.
Wait, we're over?
Yeah, it's over. We're done, dude. This is the last episode.
Well, I have.
We can at least have one more. We at least got to have our last cooking competition.
Yeah, you're right. That would be unfair.
Yeah,
To you guys, not the audience.
the final episode of MASH. We got to have.
Yeah, we're in a Seinfeld situation where, like, if we end the episode, like, we end while we're good, or we just keep going until it turns bad.
Yeah, well, I want our podcast to make people cry.
Our final podcast would just be in mid-sentence and just have it just end.
It just cuts off.
Yeah.
Just like whenever Kurt decides to mute the microphones, that's just our last episode. We're just done.
Dude, speaking of podcasts that make you cry, bro, Ches, man, you sent me a link. Dude, I think a lot of the reason why we're here in this studio today and why you guys are listening to us pricks is because a long time ago, I started getting into listening to podcasts. And Serial, have you guys ever heard? I mean, I know you've listened to Serial,
I
Ches.
haven't.
Yes.
So Serial, I think is the most downloaded podcast of all time.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Ches is going to fact check me on that. So
It's probably Rogan, but
I was going to say Joe Rogan has to have a pretty...
I think he has the most like weekly listeners, but as far as like the most downloaded podcast of all time,
What was Serial
I'm
about?
pretty sure it's Serial. But it was about it's a very interesting case about a man that was quote unquote allegedly falsely accused for a murder, and it happened in 1999 in Baltimore. The victim, her name was Heyman Lee, and then the alleged, well, he's incarcerated now, but his name is Adnan Syed. And there is a lot of strong evidence that shows that this is a wrongly, innocently convicted man. And so stemming from that particular podcast was a whole bunch of other podcasts. And honestly, I really think that's how the true crime genre of podcasts and now like TV shows and Netflix specials, this is like a hot topic. Like all the Karen moms around the world are fucking listening to everything that's true.
For some reason, true crime just became the thing.
True crime is
like if you listen to a
poppin'.
podcast, you've listened to a true crime podcast.
Yeah, and obviously, there's like America's Got Wanted and cops. It's a topic that's obviously been very intriguing.
Did you say America's Got Wanted?
America's Wanted, most wanted.
Wanted.
Yeah, sorry, America's Got. I've been watching America's Got Talent, so
America's Got Wanted. It's like that's the new reality TV show.
Yeah.
Like, what are you on stage for?
But anyway, so there's a lot of strong evidence that shows that this Adnan Syed character, who was in high school and killed his high school sweetheart in a brutal way, and she was disposed of in a shallow grave in a park in Baltimore, and just the whole story was presented very well on this podcast called Serial.
Okay.
And it's very entertaining. It's 10 episodes long, I believe. And there's been a lot of offshoots of that, like all of a sudden these investigators on these other podcasts, like, well, let's try to fucking, like, have you heard that documentary on Netflix called Don't Fuck with Cats?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically this crime was cracked by all these internet sleuths, So anyway, Serial, the main story of the whole podcast is Adnan Syed, and now, so 1999, that's 23 years ago, it finally looks after. This is why I love our podcast and just this whole platform and this whole way of media is the power of podcasting with all these people and all the support and all the like donations, and I've bought books and spent countless hours.
Like, you're making a really good point right now. But then I look over and there's just 2 people on the phone.
Well, I was looking up the Serial. The Serial was actually 12 episodes.
you're
12.
Kurt's not on his phone. He's on figuring out the voice recorder.
But anyway, it looks now through the power of podcasting that Adnan Syed, the prosecutors from Baltimore, have suggested vacating his case and giving him a new trial.
Yeah,
which basically says when they're vacating, though, they're basically saying we need a new trial and we're not coming after you. Yeah. So it looks, after 23 long years, this man who's lost his entire adult life, spending in prison, and he. During the podcast, you hear him. They interview him like through a jail phone, and so it's not the greatest quality, but he's just always had just a very positive attitude, and just he leaves it to his God to that things are going to work out.
It reminds me of the guy there was another guy that was falsely imprisoned for a murder. He was from L.A. He was at a baseball game, and they. Technically he had the time to leave the baseball game and go commit this murder, and they didn't have evidence of him being at the baseball game, so his lawyer got all of the LA Dodgers, like every camera, any recorded video they could, just to see if like they could pinpoint his seat. They knew where he sat, where he was at. They had he had the ticket to the game, but they put him in prison on death row because they thought he murdered this girl. The funny thing about that is that from Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David, also the creator of Seinfeld, happened to be filming an episode at the Dodgers game, and the lawyer found he walks in front of the camera while they're filming the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and that's what got him out.
Wow.
And so but the whole time he had the same attitude. He was like, no, the only thing that really bothered me is I was away from my family, but I knew I didn't do it, but they never gave me a chance, because he was like, don't do this to me. I wasn't there. I'm not the same guy. The police sketch that they gave, or that the one witness gave them, was like a general description of like any Latino male. You know what I mean? Like, and he just happened to fit that description, and they were like, yeah, it's you.
At a Dodgers game.
Yeah. And his brother was involved in gang activity that looked similar to him, and so they just picked him up for it, and they were, it wasn't guilty until proven innocent. Or it wasn't innocent until proven guilty. It was guilty until proven innocent. They just were like, without a doubt, he's the guy that did it. And he never did. And that one like B-roll clip of him walking with his daughter to the seats got him off of the whole thing. But he had to be in jail for years on death row before they figured that out. It's crazy.
You'd have to be an extremely sophisticated person to get away with a crime these days because of just cameras everywhere, tracking devices in our phone.
His lawyer was also OJ's lawyer, which I think was part of the 60 Minutes episode.
Robert Shapiro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Kardashian's dead, and I think he had what's the other, Johnny Cochran? He's dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, random note there, but you'd have to be a really sophisticated person to get away with murder, and that's the kind of the great thing with these falsely incarcerated people is that because technology is so sophisticated these days, we're fucking cracking these crimes. You know, we're actually finding.
I think it's like podcasts, especially, are a medium to get information that's not necessarily talked about in mainstream media out to people, and then people get fixated by that, and they say, "Oh yeah, I might be able to figure that out." And like, I don't think the police or the FBI or the NSA have the resources to dig into like these weird might pan out connections, but the internet and people listening to podcasts do. It's like, well, nobody's checked this, so I'm going to do it.
Oh, the IP address of this, came from this particular neighborhood or state or whatever. I don't know any shit about computers, but it's crazy.
That's pretty smart, though.
That they caught the Golden State Killer that way through 23andMe or
one of those.
Some dating thing.
No, 23andMe.
Oh no, the DNA testing.
Yeah, Ancestry.com or whatever.
Which, I mean, DNA testing changes the game.
Which is also scary too, because who knows, they're gonna fucking clone you assholes here in the future to fight fucking robots.
God, I hope they never do. I'll be back.
Who knows? I mean, I honestly, I know you guys think I'm scum, but I
don't think you are. We know you are.
I know that I will never commit like a heinous crime. I just love people too much, and I'm just I feel like I'm a good person.
Have you ever been around anybody that you like? I believe in like just you can just feel people. Like I don't believe in like your aura or whatever, but like sometimes you just talk to somebody that you're like, I don't know why they're just sketchy. You know what I mean? And then find out later, you're like, oh, they're in this news article about like stabbing their girlfriend.
I've been trying to figure that out for CD for 30 years.
I think that CD is a good person at heart. But I mean, he might do some crazy shit. Not kill anybody. I don't think you have it in you to do that.
I don't have it in me to commit a heinous crime. However, I do have to put on my tinfoil hat sometimes. As intrigued as I am to
when your TikTok feed gets a little too real.
Well, no, TikTok.
You're like, shit, they're watching me.
TikTok
man.
knows me more than I know me.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm getting ads for fucking New Balance shoes. I'm like, well, actually, I did kind of want to buy some New Balance shoes, but I just don't have it in me to give up my DNA to a third party because it's obviously very clear that they do not keep that information private. And I don't know.
Fair. I mean, what information is private, to be honest?
Well, I mean,
said the guy that downloaded a air horn app and just gave it permissions to everything.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna let you make phone calls. I'm gonna let you take photos.
Yeah, it's a soundboard app that has
sure.
And then you're like, I need to access your camera.
Yeah, and
there's like a few red flags.
Chinese
contacts list.
The Chinese bots fucking know everything about me, whatever, but they do not have my actual DNA. I feel like that's a whole nother level of privacy.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, you know what was interesting is I saw Apple became fairly. I mean, they're famous, but they moved the genre of security forward by saying you can do Face ID, right? So all you have to do is hold your phone up to your face, and it logs you in because it can look at you. If you look at what Face ID does under infrared camera, it's literally like a grid of infrared dots, and it's tracking different features on your face. So if you use Face ID, they have literally your most secure thing that you have, which is the uniqueness of your face.
Yeah.
And that it's not stored on your phone. That's stored on the Apple server that they determine what security is used, right?
And weren't you saying something earlier about like, going back to your glorious beard and dad bod?
Somebody was saying this earlier.
Like if they're encouraging, one of the guys at the bar,
Jim, yeah,
that they're basically shaming people that have large amounts of facial hair, saying that it's unsanitary and unhygienic.
Sure.
So you're like, well, then I'm just going to shave my
I'll shave
beard.
it off.
So you have a more clear picture of your face.
Yeah, because I've been growing my beard for a while, and if I look at my ID picture, I'll look at it, but I don't think, I mean, a human looking at it would say, okay, yeah, that's you, but I don't think that like a face ID would be like.
I don't think they need it, bro. That you can shave.
Yeah, I mean, you can look, Chaz, like beard's but also
you can have a beard, or you can be completely bald. You can have a hair, shave your head, and dye your eyebrows and fucking pluck all your fucking eyelashes, and the facial recognition will still be able to recognize.
It's not true.
I think
To
so,
that
dude.
extent.
Dude, on my Google Photos,
There's
it recognizes. It puts people on Google Photos. It puts people like, okay, this is Ches. This is Wade. This is Kurt. This is your ex-girlfriend. This is your dog.
If we ever got into and that's obviously AI determining
But
that.
it knows who I am when I was a little kid.
True.
Like it recognizes. So
it also is taking into account your geolocation on your pictures. So it says, well, I know that this is CD.
what does your
and
location
CD
have to do with anything?
Because you're CD, so your location is generally in the areas where you
What if
live,
I'm in
right?
Bear Lake?
But then it looks at your facial expressions and your features. And
I'm telling
figures it
you,
out.
Google Photos knows a picture of me when I was 4 years old,
Yeah, it's got a lot of
When I was
it's got a lot of data on you, dude.
half naked in maybe it was because I was wearing a Speedo. And it's just like, oh, that's
It's
gotta
not
be
always
CD.
correct, but like 99% of the
But
time it is. You can
I'm
get
wearing-
around it though.
I'm wearing the shitty ass bowl cut. You know, I'm a little kid, I'm chubby, and somehow Google Photos knows that's me.
Yeah.
Well, did you post it online with you?
No.
Here's the other thing, though, is that if somebody you know has pictures of you as a kid and also has an Android phone, then Google takes that into account when analyzing your data.
I got this picture from my sister who has an Apple phone.
It's smart, man, but there's ways around it.
Hey, I got a random question for you guys. Did your parents ever put you in like just run around naked? You know, like put you in like, let's throw the kids in the pool and everyone's just like, is that
I mean, like,
is that like a normal thing?
I think at some point my parents were too busy and I was probably throwing a fit and they were like, yeah, just let him run around in the diaper.
So anyway, the reason, and not to sound creepy or whatever, but I kind of think like, this was a normal thing, but now it's kind of weird.
Yeah, times were different back then.
But my sister, you know, going to like the Bear Lake photos and whatever, but my sister sometimes will share like an old photo, which obviously is just a actual tangible piece of like Kodak film paper or whatever. But she sent a picture of my mom who put us like, we were just hanging out in the bathtub or playing in the pool and we're all stark ass naked. Tits and pussies and dicks hanging out everywhere.
Yeah, you're a kid.
Sure, but I don't.
I mean, like,
Can
I've
you-
had
can
friends
you-
who have kids that like change their kid in front of me, and it's not weird. It's
I
like,
know,
yeah,
is that
the
weird
baby
now,
had the
though?
unsolved crime where the shit went all the way up to their fucking neck. Yeah, they gotta be cleaned up.
I know, but I mean,
I don't know. Is it weird that a woman would breastfeed their child in public?
no, but having an actual like, dude, if I got arrested tomorrow and they looked at my phone and they
Yeah.
found pictures of me and my sister naked together, like,
That's not
Yeah.
weird. That's not weird.
well, I know, but what could be?
Now, if you had pictures of other people's children on your phone naked,
Sure,
that's
but
weird.
how do they know that's me and my sister?
I mean, if Google knows, they can figure it out.
How do they know that, you know, I'm not looking up gosh, I feel weird even saying the CP word, even though we always try.
Yeah, but yeah.
The
I think
minor
it's-
attractive persons.
yeah.
Yeah, see, the podcast went full circle.
No, yeah, you're right. No, am I going to get in trouble for having naked pictures of me and my sister on my phone?
No.
Well,
If you're normal,
if you're
fucking
3,
person,
no. If you're 40, yes.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
No, I am 40.
Well, no. I'm saying if you're 40 in the photos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Fucking Jesus Christ, you weirdo.
am I getting in trouble for being 40 and having somebody else's child
God,
pictures on? Yes,
we're
yes,
just
you will.
trying to cancel ourselves at
No,
this point.
I mean, like, I feel like this. We need an expert here, like Chris Hansen.
No, I was having a conversation about this with my sister. And like, gosh, was our mom like a wacko? I mean, of course she was a wacko. Love you,
So
Mom.
when
but
we grew up, right? I'm 38.
that was a normal thing.
When
back
I was
then,
growing
right?
up, my mom had those regular film cameras, right? There wasn't a phone. You didn't have
Yeah.
a cell phone. You didn't have that
Yeah.
shit. So you'd take these
had like a
pictures
little
and you had
flash
to
bar on it.
Yeah, you had to drop it off at Walmart. It'd get developed, and
Yeah.
then you would pick which pictures were good. But yeah,
Walmart.
and my mom made fucking scrapbooks. So there's pictures of like me and my sister in the bathtub, obviously naked because we're taking a bath, but we had like little toys in there and shit. And she took the picture to document that because it's like we're her kids, we're growing up, She's like, that's a cute picture. No, like if you have pictures on your phone of other things, like I was gonna really make a bad joke, which I stopped myself from doing. No, you're not getting in trouble, man. The fact that you're worried about it is almost more fucking weird than the fact that like.
Honestly, I'm not really worried about having the pictures on my phone. I'm just kind of making a point, but I had to really. It's crazy how like our culture these days, like everything, it has to be so fucking PC, and you have to tiptoe and our whole world is covered in eggshells. You can't fucking, dude. At the risk of, oh gosh, okay, you can't say the F word. I'm not saying fuck, but the other F word.
The 3-letter F word?
The 3-letter F word, yeah.
Facts. I said it.
But back in the day, we called each other that all the time. Just like, oh, hey, what up, F word?
Yeah, you can't say,
You can't, which I
brought
agree.
this up before.
It's insensitive.
We used to play a game as kids called Smear the Queer.
Exactly. All the time.
Right? And to me, it wasn't anything to be, it wasn't offending anybody. It wasn't meant to. It was just like whoever has the ball is getting tackled.
Yeah.
That was all that it meant. Just like the Washington Commanders or whatever they fucking are now.
Yeah. Dude, we were watching football at my house this morning, and he's like, Commanders? What?
I was like, I've never seen that football team ever.
Or what's the Cleveland?
There used to be the Browns.
No, not
the
not
Cleveland
the
Indians.
Yeah, the Cleveland
the
Indians.
Indians, yeah.
They're like the Commanders are 2 something now.
Well, look it up. Cleveland baseball team.
You are the guy that's here to do that. But everybody is sensitive, I think, these days, and that's
by all means.
Sorry, Guardians.
It's
the Guardians.
Oh, is it really the Cleveland Guardians?
Yeah.
No shit. I had no idea. I'm not a big baseball fan.
So wait a second. So can we make the jokes about the fact that like since they had a team name that people deemed inappropriate, now they just went the opposite direction? We're not racist. We promise. We're guardians. We're guarding.
Yeah, dude.
We're commanding to not be racist.
Redskins could be considered an insensitive word, but dude,
I've never met a single Native American that told me the Indians or the Redskins is offensive to them. I personally haven't. I'm sure it exists.
I've seen, who knows? I've seen some people like the local chief, make a statement like, yes, we denounce.
It's a political statement then.
But also, I'm just gonna shut up on that because then I'll just sound. I won't be able to articulate it well. But all that being said, every fucking Redskins Commanders fan that I know still calls them the Redskins. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah. I've got the Chief Wahoo sticker from baseball. What was their team name? The Chiefs?
The Cleveland?
Yeah.
Cleveland Indians?
But maybe it was the Indians. I don't know. But Chief Wahoo. I got the sticker and I kept it because I was like, you'll never be able to get this again. But I don't think that it's purposefully being racist. But I guess, times change. You can't call somebody a fucking wop. Words just don't get used anymore. I honestly don't
think the Italians mind being called wops.
Oh, I know one Italian who's been on the show a few times who really gets upset when you say you fucking wop.
Really?
Yeah. But I think it's Laura. She's been on the show. But they've at the bar, people have done that as a joke, and she's like, I can't believe you're saying that. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But there is also, I think, a difference between what it stands for and what it means. You know what I mean? I don't think that the Redskins chose the name because they wanted to be racist against Native Americans. I think they chose that because it was something that happened in that city where now we're kind of remembering that, and maybe it does end up being a racist word, but what are we in 20 years? What's going to be the racist words now? I can't say on God, fam. Maybe that's not going to be okay.
Yeah. Went to the Utah game last night, Utah Utes, and maybe you can answer this. I don't know, but after third quarter, or maybe it was the beginning of the game or halftime, they always had, at least the beginning of the game, they had I'm assuming a Native American indigenous person riding out on horseback with a spear, and he chucked the spear into a bale of hay. They did that every fucking game.
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing that. Whatever. I don't know.
I can't wait till we have the Utah Guardians, man.
Fuck. I gotta hope.
Well, you know,
yeah. What should we call them? The Utah pioneers. You know.
I know that the University of Utah has done a really good job of maintaining a good relationship with Native Americans and being like, we don't want to change the name from Utah
They
Utes
should be
because
proud.
the U tribe is proud.
the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management. They
Yeah.
just renamed like 500 mountains and streams and things across the United States to something different.
Yeah, it's no longer Squaw Valley.
Yes, anything that had the word squaw in it.
Is
now
squaw an
it's-
insensitive word?
Apparently,
Yes.
It's
I had no
something
idea.
different.
I mean, I had no idea. I know.
I think there's 50 of them here.
we're
in
about to go
Utah.
camping up in an area that's close to Indian Creek. And that's they haven't changed that, you know. And you're supposed to say Native American, right? You can't say Indian,
I think it's indigenous.
yeah, or indigenous people. You can't say Native American.
I think you can, but it's kind of like Mormons.
Yeah,
It's called the fucking Book of Mormon, but you won't. But
they're
now,
Latter-day Saints, bro.
yeah, but they're Latter-day Saints now.
Mhm.
It's just I don't know. I don't know.
If you had to make a prediction, what do you think like is a word we use today that won't be okay in 10 years?
Damn, dude. I know it's kind of like a.
Like, what if I can't call somebody a Mexican? You know, they're like, okay, we're the Republic of Mexico.
Dude, I had
Mexico
this conversation.
I don't know.
I've had this conversation a few times. I'm like, dude, this fucking Mexican, came and did this and that. I'm like, well, you can't say that. I'm like, why? He's a fuck and he's a Mexican. It has nothing to do.
You can hear Curtin, but you say whatever the hell you want.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with. I don't hate Mexicans. I love Mexicans.
Do you feel like
But I
the
didn't call
cancel culture is like them being offended just to be offended?
You're from
in a way?
Mexico. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call you Mexican. I mean, it's not. If I were to call someone,
Do you get mad when somebody calls you a Yankee?
fuck no.
Okay, yeah, okay.
That's maybe that's one of the white cisgendered men. Because everyone hates white cisgendered men these days because there's literally nothing that offends us. You can call me a honky, a Yankee, a dude, a fucking
Cracker.
I love that Ches.
Dude, one of my black friends calls me fucking low sodium saltine all the time. Seriously.
Yeah.
I won't call him out, but yeah. Yeah, low sodium saltine. I'm sure in my phone, whenever I call, it says low sodium saltine.
I mean, we were talking about
It
this
should
on
be
the-
high sodium because I'm a salty bastard, but
yeah, okay. On the topic of that too is just like joking around. Is it okay to make a joke anymore? Or it depends on the certain jokes. Like I know a guy who happens to be Jewish, and when he shows up, we make some Jewish jokes that are probably not appropriate, but it's understood that it's a joke.
yeah.
And I've even told him like, if you don't want me to do that, then let me know. Just tell me like, hey man, I don't like that.
And
I'll
also
stop.
that's
I'll
another
stop.
thing is like, can you call someone a Jew?
I don't know. Can you?
Is that insensitive? I mean, you're Jewish, right? I mean, you can't.
No, there's a big gray area there. But can I even say gray area? Am I shaming elephants?
No, you're
It's
age.
the aliens.
You're age shaming people.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go buy some of that invisible beef jerky at the fucking Area 51 rest stop. It's just an empty bag for $5.99.
But like an abbreviation, like you can't. A Japanese person, the abbreviation. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to fucking. Get
Yeah, I
canceled,
think
but
that's like a World War
J-
II thing, right? You can't say Jap, right?
Thank
because
you.
in
Okay,
World
I
War
guess we're getting canceled.
No. This is literally a thing. Is like World War II amongst U.S. soldiers and stuff would be like that fucking Jap, but like, and that I think is what built that up to be like that's not a good word because now you're speaking derogatory as opposed to just abbreviation of Japanese.
I call Polynesians all the time. I call them polys.
Yeah,
I mean, is that insensitive? I mean, I'm just shortening the word. I'm not
It
calling
could
you.
be at some point in time.
You do.
I
So
think
Kurt,
that might be one of the words that will become that way if you start using it in a derogatory way. Then people get sick of.
But I'm not being derogatory.
I know you're
I'm
not.
not calling him a pineapple picker.
But when the culture, thank God you're not. I mean, you wouldn't be here if you did. But I think that it depends on culture. It depends on how the culture changes, right? If majority of people think that something's inappropriate, then you just have to go along with it because then all of a sudden you're the outsider. which is weird. That's just how culture works.
Dude, I'm wearing a pink hat, man. I'm pink shoes. I've always been an outsider.
Yeah, but I mean,
People
pink isn't offensive to people yet.
Well, I know, but I have people call me fag and hey gay and like he's all the time. It doesn't bother me. I think maybe they're being a little insensitive, but it doesn't bother me. Here's the thing: at some point, you're letting the word, you're letting the phrase, you're letting the whatever, you're letting it offend you.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm not offending you.
I'm
I'm
just saying the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So you just make enough
but
uproar about it, and then people just assume it's bad. It's kind of like how Nickelback became the most hated band in America. A comedian made a joke about Nickelback's music sucking, and then it was played on a commercial over and over and over and over for like 6 months, and then everybody just decided that they hate Nickelback.
I know, and
that's affected them like really, really horrible. Like they were like, I don't know why people hate us. Like it was a joke, and now everybody hates us, and they still have to be the guys that were in Nickelback.
I don't know what it is about Dave Matthews fans, but how dare you say anything bad about Dave? And I seriously,
fuck Dave.
Yeah, fuck Dave. Fuck Dave Matthews. He fucking launched shit out off a bridge and then went over and covered all those people on that barge.
Wait, he like launched actual shit?
Yeah, like his tour.
He dropped his black water out of his RV over a bridge.
I don't know if
like Dave from the Dave Matthews Band was like, open the valve.
I don't know if it was actually Dave that pulled the fucking lever.
But it was his bus.
But his tour bus, they released a bunch of black water and it landed all over these people on the barge.
Speaking of
all that being said, I just fucking hate his music. But there's some people, when I say I fucking hate Dave Matthews Band, I might as well be telling them to go fuck their mother.
Right? It's like when I say, fucking the Beatles.
Hey, fuck you. I like the Beatles. But
it was 800 pounds of human waste.
Jesus, what were they eating? Nothing but fucking macaroni and cheese for? No, that would actually block you up.
Elote.
They were eating the hot beef sundae from the Utah Fair.
It's cone.
That fucking made me so mad when I had to look at somebody else's shit at the RV dump. That's the one thing that's made me so mad. After I'm tired and getting back from camping, I've got to look at somebody else's shit in the dump station. I don't like that. But you know what? I think a lot of major companies, like for example, there was that happened in Salt Lake where I think a flight accidentally dumped their fucking black water all over West Valley. As they were making the final approach, somebody pressed the wrong button and a bunch of shit flew all over these houses. But I think whatever airline it was, which I can't remember, is probably because they spent a ton of their money on a campaign to not make you remember the fact that it was like Delta or Southwest. I don't know. It's
probably Frontier. Fuck Frontier.
Yeah, I mean they blatantly just love being the budget airline. Like your bags don't make it there half the time.
Yeah, it's like
it's probably because that's how they pay their employees.
It's like
don't sue me, Frontier.
$60 for a round trip ticket, which I don't even know how you fucking even make money on that. But then $90 to check your bag.
Yeah, so you have Delta, and they're like, every week we have somebody check over all of our engines and all of our airplanes to make sure that they're safe for our customers. And Frontier's like, that's how we give you such a good deal, is we only do it once a year. So you just gamble with your own life. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know either. I just want people, I mean, obviously our listeners, they know us after 236 episodes. We don't mean any harm, and I love everybody.
Whatever, dude.
And hate you guys. So, fuck you. Just kidding. But, no, thanks for tuning into the episode, guys and gals and
non-binary pals, which says Kenji Lopez.
We love everybody, and I think as a society and a group of friends and neighbors and family, just learn to
just don't be CD. Like that's what we're learning. Every episode we get a little closer to just don't be CD.
And don't fuck with cats.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
This has been the Weekly InSalt.
Don't you make it your mama joke. Don't you dare.
You smell like corn.
That's like the third time it's come up today when I just want to look up it's just like reminded me of that video of that little girl that's like, I smell like beef.
What? What's this?
It's old. It's way old. Yeah.
I never heard
I smell like beef. I smell like beef.
Dude, I smell like beef every day, bro. I'm a beefcake. You kidding me?